What's going on, everyone? Justin here with Trading Cards and More, back with another video. And today is the day we have our PSA return. Finally came back. This was a economy order, which means you value the cards between $200 and $500. Or actually, at the time, it was $100 and $500. So I put some more expensive cards in here, including the Pascal Siakam Silver Prism rookie that I pulled from a box opening, Tim Duncan Topps Chrome rookie, a bunch of LeBron rookies, a Jordan rookie, and some Pokemon cards as well some other cards. So we're gonna get into it. I'm super excited about this one. This was actually the first PSA order that I got back that I actually got upcharged. So PSA actually they reached out to me and said some of the cards that I had in this shipment were valued more than what I had them assessed at. It was no slap to the wrist to me. It was just they basically said, we realized you didn't know what the grades were going to be, blah blah blah, but this is what we have to charge you based on the current price, and if you want to pay it, blah blah blah. So I of course said I would pay it. I don't know why anybody would not want to pay the extra charge. So basically what it is if the card's worth $500 up to $500, you can submit it for the economy service at $20. Once it reaches a certain point, they deem whatever that point is. If it's valued more, then it shoots up to $50, and then if it's valued even more, then it shoots to $75, and so on. So I'm not gonna tell you guys what the charges are right away, but I'll show you the cards and then I'll explain it as I go. But yeah, what's going on, Jorge? Dino is in here. What's going on? So first card in the order was the Pascal Siakam Silver. If you guys follow my channel back around, I don't know if it was back in May. The prices were still going up on a lot of this stuff, but I picked up a box at auction, I believe, of 2017 Prism. It was just a blaster box that you could get at Walmart back in the day. Actually, I think was Pascal. Oh, he was 2016. Not my bad. I not only pulled the Pascal Siakam Silver, but I pulled a non-silver, and then I pulled one of the other big rookies. I can't remember which one it was. Those cards are in another PSA order. This one, since it had so much value, I went ahead and sent this one. It looked really good to me. I thought it has a shot at a 10, but there's always that chance that PSA might give it a 9. These cards are infamous for having kind of a factory line on the back of the cards. It's usually not going to downgrade the card unless it's really, really bad. It's just really common with the print on these Prism cards. This card was a month or two ago. I was looking at the prices, and the 10s were going for like 1,500 plus. They've since come down. I checked the price just the other day, just based on what my grades are. I want to see what the prices are going for, and it has come down in price. It is the off season. I've been watching YouTube videos, and people are saying the prices are already up in October about 10%, or actually from October. In this month, they were up like a good 10% in the last month, going into the next season, which is going to start here at the end of December. And I guess they're doing the draft here on Wednesday. But yeah, without further ado, we got the first card in the order, Pascal Siakam, Prism Silver. I paid like $75 for the box and just got super, super lucky, hit this card. And let's see what it is. And it's a Gem Mint 10 on the first card, guys. That is crazy. I kind of knew it was. I mean, obviously you never know until you get it graded, but that was my guesstimate on this one, was that it was a PSA 10. And sure enough, we hit it. I had some people comment on, I put an Instagram post, and I had some people in the YouTube video like, that's a 10. So yeah, they got a 10. Super stoked. It's currently going for around $850, maybe only $800. It could definitely climb back up. Obviously, the season's not going right now. It's in the next month when the season starts back up and everybody gets hyped up, and people start flowing money back in. Could definitely go back up in price. This is one of the cards I'm going to sell off in this shipment. I'm not like super attached to it or anything. I don't really like to speculate on newer players. I'd rather just get my money out of it. Jeffrey, what's going on? Hamid, what's going on? You can easily get more than 800. Yep, for sure. But it was about double that, so it's kind of depressing. This one I bought kind of in the middle of the hype. I've bought quite a few Tim Duncan rookies. If you guys seen my last PSA return, I had a bunch of his base Topps rookies I picked up for like 10, 15, 20 bucks a piece. I did get one PSA 10. That card's worth about $500. This is the Topps Chrome. These are a lot harder to get, and they are tough to grade. You had centering issues on the back of the card and the front of the card, and you have just the surface of the Chrome cards is not an easy card. But I picked this one up based on the fact that it looked pretty good. The centering was pretty good. It's not perfect. But I evaluated this at a 9. I didn't think it would be like an easy card to get in a 10 or anything. I don't remember if there was any. There might have been one, maybe a little scratch. Right in there. There might be like one little surface scratch, I think, on the card. So it looked like a really solid card. I just wanted to buy this, put it in my collection. And yeah, Tim Duncan, Topps Chrome rookie card. He's going into the Hall of Fame here in the spring. Or he's supposed to be, as long as they still do that. They had to postpone it from this year because of the pandemic. But let's see what we got on the Tim Duncan Topps Chrome rookie card. And it's a mint 9. Very nice. So just as I expected, it is left to right centering on it. And it's, like I said, there might have been one little scratch on the surface there. Let me take a drink of water. All right, next we're going to get into the LeBron James rookie cards. I bought an auction kind of on a whim. There was a seller that had like 6 LeBron James rookie cards, 6 or 7, and he was auctioning them off, and I could tell it was just somebody that collected cards back in the day. Some of them were in like the thicker, screw down cases and stuff, or the snap, what do they call them? The one touch and whatnot. And they just looked like they were from a collector. None of them were graded. And he had the Bowman Chrome. He had the Topps First Edition, which was one of the big ones. And then the Bowman Gold, as well as a couple other cards. He had the Topps from the Topps set, which is more rare than the regular Topps one. I ended up selling that one on eBay and recouped over $400 of my money. And I actually did a YouTube video on these when I got them. But I paid about $2,600 for all of them, and I sold the one for about $400. So I'm about $2,200 into these. So yeah, the first one is just the base Bowman card. I actually just got this one back from PSA in my other order, and it came back a 9. This one had a few white spots on the back. Isaac, what's going on? Matthews coin card collecting, what's going on? Yeah, this one I can't remember. It wasn't perfect or anything. Give you guys kind of a look. A lot of times you can tell from these two borders here if it's off center and like right here. This one had pretty good centering. Top to bottom's pretty good. I think just the back. A lot of times you can get some white in the corners and such. So pretty solid card. I was guessing 8 to 9 on this one. And yeah, let's see what we got here. And we got an 8. So kind of what I guessed. I think there was maybe some surface issues, or it looked pretty solid, but it wasn't like perfect. I think maybe there's a little surface scratch right there on the card. Hard to tell when it's in the case, but yeah, I'm happy with that. Maybe best case, maybe it would have got an 8.5, but they rarely give out half grades. This is about a $500 card. So, and I forgot to mention the Pascal. It is worth $850. They didn't upcharge me or anything, even though it goes over the $500, unless it really exceeds it, where they see the card and they're like, oh, that card's probably more valuable, since he's not like a LeBron James or something crazy. They might not even really made a big stink about it, because it doesn't really like surpass that next grading point. Luke, what's going on? So the next one we have is a Chrome. Now this one I don't have yet, so that one I already got back on a 9 the other day. This was the first time getting this card. I think maybe the back surface had a few little issues. It wasn't like horrible or anything, but this is the same as that card except for in Topps Chrome. This one is left to right off centered. You can see the border over here, skinnier than that border. You can tell up here, it's a little thicker right there. Sorry, my finger was like bleeding earlier. But yeah, really, really nice card. I was pretty excited about this one. Putting it, this was one of the big reasons I bought this auction was because of this one and the next card. And I pretty much put this one at, you know, an 8 to 9 range. So let's see what we got. And we got a mint 9 on the Topps Chrome, Bowman Chrome, LeBron James rookie card. I'm so excited this got a 9 over just the base card. So the current value on this one is about $1,400. These cards have come down a little bit. They really spiked up this year. I mean, that's just normal for any market for it to, if it goes up really fast in a short amount of time, it can start to come back down. But I'm really bullish on LeBron James. He's got 3 championships with 3 different teams. He's got championships, and his career's not even over yet. I personally think he's going to play until his son gets into the NBA. Maybe he'll make it that long. Maybe he won't. That's just my prediction. But I mean, he's still killing it on the game. He's racking up the stats. He's going to be in the GOAT conversation. He's been in the league for 17 years now, which is really long. And he's still going. So he's just built for, you know, he's built for it. You know, he's got the body for it, and it's LeBron James. There's just no, you don't have to discuss it. It's just you know it. You know. Retro, what's going on? That second Jordan Giant card that was fake. So I sent that back to the seller. I got fully refunded on my money. Anytime somebody sells you something that's not authentic, you're covered through eBay, through PayPal if you have to. But yeah, I was covered through eBay. Sent it back. That was a great kind of learning experience and a great video for other people to learn. You know, sometimes it's not really worth the risk reward. But yeah. Got this card, PSA 9, about $1,400. They did charge me $50 on this card instead of the $20 charge, which is perfectly fine. $50 generally is for a service. I think it's express service or something like that, and it's for cards up to $1,000 value. So, you know, it's very fair. And like I said, this card has kind of come down a little bit, but at $1,400, you know, I'll gladly pay the $50 for grading. And like I said, I bought all of these cards, or all the LeBrons. I paid about $2,600, and I only have $2,200 into these ones. So we already got, let's see, $1,900 back just for these 2 LeBrons. So we've almost already made our money back just on 2 of them. Next we have the big dog here. This was the kind of the big reason why I purchased this auction, was this Topps LeBron James. This is his flagship Topps rookie card, but it does have the first edition stamp. I was actually going to scan that. You can scan the back code right here on the PSA app on your phone, and it'll tell you how many there are in the population and how many are graded higher in the population, if it's not a 10. Take a time, Carson. What's going on, bud? Thanks for stopping in. You're tuning in to a pretty epic reveal here. So this one, yeah, it has the first edition stamp on there. I looked up the pop report on this. This card only has 5% roughly graded as the actual Topps non-first edition stamp. This is about 20 times as rare as the non-first edition card. So I'm super stoked to add this to the collection. I do not have the regular Topps. I only have this one now, which is kind of funny. But that's just kind of the way it worked out with this, you know, with the seller. This is a card that he was auctioning, and I paid up for it. I mean, I paid a lot of money for this. You know, with these cards, like I said, I paid $2,200 essentially for these ones. It is pretty off center, top to bottom. That was the main drawback on it. You know, looking at it, I predicted an 8 on this one, simply because of the centering is pretty far off. But other than that, it was a really solid looking card. I think the surface was pretty solid, corners, edges, everything looked really good. I'll give you guys a look at the back again. It's got that kind of goofy out of high school LeBron image on the back. But yeah, really, really solid looking card. Maybe a little soft on that corner. But other than that, yeah, it's I was thinking 8 on this one, and I'd be happy with an 8. And let's see what we got here. And it's a mint 9. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. I couldn't believe it when I seen the grade was a mint 9 on this card, guys. Just insane. Best case scenario. Big card. The 10 was going for around 15 grand, and the 9 was going for around 5 grand, which is about a third of the price. I still think that's undervalued because, like I said, this is 20 times as rare as his regular Topps rookie. Um, so I value this at about $3,500. So yeah, with the 3 LeBrons we already looked at, we're at $5,400, and that is way more than I paid for these cards. So I'm super excited about this one. This is the biggest LeBron now in my collection, and yeah, I'm not selling it. It's something I'm gonna hang on to. Like I said, I feel like it's undervalued simply because of the fact that it is 20 times as rare and hard to find as the just base one without the first edition stamp. So epic card. Super stoked on this one. Couldn't believe my eyes when it got a 9. Um, so yeah, Dallas Mavs fan, what's going on? Jeffrey, if I missed you there, what's going on? So next we have his MVP card. I got one of these from this guy, and then I got 2 more of them from other people, and I sent them all in this shipment because I was getting them for around $100 a piece. It's kind of a weird lip going on right there on the top. But it's one of the cheaper LeBron rookie cards, but it definitely went up in price. I mean, any of the real cheap stuff really shot up this year, and it's just becoming more and more hard to get. You can also get it with the silver borders. It's like the silver version. A lot of times they are off-center. This one's a little bit left and right. The border's a little skinny over here. And you can just have surface issues. Maybe the edging isn't perfect. I just got this back in a 10 on my last PSA order. And I know that one I picked up for like 75 bucks or something. But this one and then the other 2, one of them I got from the auction, the other one I got from just other sellers. But yeah, I already have it in a 10, so these are all going to be up for sale on the PSA or on the eBay. Oh, I did forget to mention the upcharge on this was $75, which I was more than happy to pay for a $3,500 card. They could have easily charged me more than that, but I did pay $75 on the grading on that one. But I was no way, no how did I think that was going to get a 9, and the value did increase since I sent it into PSA. So yeah, these were going for really good money in a 10. And then, like all the other LeBrons, the prices kind of came down a little bit, kind of back to reality, but I still think they're good long-term investments. So let's go ahead and take a look at these grades, and we got a 9, very solid. Like I said, left to right on the centering is pretty obvious on that one. And then let's take a look at the other one. Yeah, with the red and the white and the slab and everything, it does look good, doesn't it? This one, same deal, left to right centering. And let's see the grade. And we got another 9. These are still about $325 a piece. So, or $300 maybe. So still a solid card. Like I said, they came down some because you were not able to even get those for ungraded for around 200, and I think the price has come down some. So still a solid card, and I think, yeah, that left to right again. Tough card. I mean, when I buy them, I'm pretty picky, but you can never tell, perfectly from somebody's image. A lot of times the images aren't perfect, but you just kind of take a risk. And I mean, I made money on all these anyways. Just not, a huge gain. But yeah, we got another 9. All right, so we got 3 9s. That's still an easy $900 for those 3. And they will be going in the eBay store to help pay for this PSA shipment, because it did cost me about $600 to get these cards graded. All right, the other big card that I did buy from the seller in that auction. This was his Bowman Gold. It's not numbered or anything, but it is a pretty sweet card. So I got the Bowman Gold, and I got the Bowman Chrome, all in the same auction. And you can see it's got a different kind of case. It's a thicker case because the card stock is thicker on this card. Something I didn't know when I purchased the card, but once I handled it, I was like, okay, the card stock's a little bit thicker, which does kind of explain the chipping on the back, which was it's the main flaw with this card. If you go on eBay, you're going to see a lot of PSA 7s, back at 7s, 8s, maybe 8.5. Just a tough card to grade. I checked the PSA pop on this. I think the PSA 9 pop was like 34 or 36 that exist, which is very low for a LeBron rookie card. And then the PSA 10 pop on this card was 1, which is insane. But you can see that edging, how it just gets a little bit of white chipping. And then it kind of pulls away from the card, like right there. You can see it's pulling away. Sorry, I got kind of hangnail. Right there, it looked like it was going to chip away, but it didn't. But there is some widening on the edge, and you can just see it on these cards. Pretty much every card you're going to look at of this card is going to look like this, and most of them look way worse than this. So when I looked at this card and assessed it, I thought it was potentially PSA 8 worthy. I thought, looking at that, the chipping, it does look really good. I looked at PSA 8 on eBay, and this looked pretty solid. So let me know what you guys think it is. We'll take a look at the front of it. Yeah, it's got that gold. Really nice. Little off-centered. You can definitely tell the border right here is skinnier than that border, so it is shifted over to the right. I can't remember. Yeah, I think there was maybe like a little line right there on the gold foil right there. Jorge thinks it's an 8. Yeah, just a really nice card. Top to bottom's pretty good. A little skinnier on the bottom, so it is off-centered, not by like a ton or anything. And it does have that little scratch, and then you got the chipping on the back. But we'll wait for maybe one more guess in the comment section. I'll show you guys a grade on this one. Let me take a drink of water here. Who wants to be the person in the chat? Just randomly randomly guess just for the fun of it. Let's see here. Espo Red Fox 8.5. Jeffrey said it's 7. Good guesses. Dallas thinks it's a 7. Randolph thinks it's a 7. Sorry if you guys are watching this after the fact and I'm going kind of slow on these cards. These are pretty, this is a kind of a big deal for me. I've definitely kind of put a lot of money towards these cards to get these cards. And it's just this is one of my big orders. Obviously a couple years down the road, I'm probably going to be looking back like, oh, those weren't anything, Because as you grow in the hobby, you can kind of afford cards that are more expensive and it's not really as big of a deal. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the gold LeBron James. And it's a mint 9. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Not a single person in the chat thought this was a mint 9, including myself. I was very hoping this would get an 8. Like I showed you with the little scratch factory line, the off-centering, and the chipping on the back. I was crossing my fingers for an 8 on this one, and when I seen it got a 9, I was freaking mind blown. I don't know. You tell me if they misgraded it. That is just absolutely insane. The last 2 sales on eBay of this card, one sold at auction for $3,500, but the case was all cracked up. It was PWCC, I believe. And then the last one just sold like within the last week for $3,773. Like I said, this card is very low pop. I think it's like pop 34 or 36 or something like that. So I am one lucky son of a gun. Actually, I'm noticing, is that like a little scratch or something right in there? So little surface issues. Super stoked on this one. Not going to let this one go. Wasn't going to let it go even if it got an 8 or a 7. But yeah, that is insane. Super stoked. So just the value of these, let's see here. These 5 LeBrons, let's go ahead and add up the value here. I think those are, yeah, these are the 5 I got from auction. $59. $5,900. Does that sound right? Or did we miss one? Oh, wait. $9,400. So, and then I got 400 for the other LeBron. So $9,800 from a $2,600 investment. Sorry about that, guys. Lost you there on the live stream. As I was saying, the 5 LeBrons here are about with was it $9,400, and then the one I sold for 400, so $9,800 value from a $2,600 eBay auction. So I'm definitely happy about that return. You said the pop for 9 was only 35, something like that. Yeah, very low pop. Yeah, some very heavy hitters so far. It's Randolph said I need to buy more cards for sure. All right, guys. So that does it for the LeBron rookie cards. The next card, if you guys remember all of the Series 1 Topps baseball that I opened, I finally pulled the Bichette from, I think, a hanger box. It's the short print of Bichette looking over his shoulder. Very nice card. I guesstimated this one at a 10. I didn't see any issues with it. You know, you're always thinking, maybe worst case scenario will come back. Yeah, a 9. Candy sport cards, what's going on? That's really the main issue I always look at, is that back corner where it's dark. And it looks really, really solid. So yeah, I think at the time it was like maybe $100 card. And then, if I get it graded and it gets a 10, it's really going to raise some value on that one. So yeah, Bichette looking over the shoulder, and it got a 10. Very nice. Currently around a $400 card. So I absolutely increased my value by about 4x. And for the $20 grading fee, it was definitely worth it. One thing I did forget to mention, this one I got upcharged the most. Which once again I'm totally fine with. They did charge me $200 for that card, because that's the service level that I should have submitted it with based on current value. But like I said, I had no idea it was going to grade that high. So, but I'm more than happy to pay the $200 for it, just based on the current value. So Bichette looking over the shoulder, pulled it from a pack, $400 bill. The next card we have is Pokemon card. I bought a Blastoise. I've been trying to put together this Team Rocket first edition set. I don't remember what I paid for this. Maybe 150 bucks, somewhere in that range. It's not perfect on the back. It's got a little bit of whitening, just a little bit of wear. Nothing like insanely bad or anything, but if you guys know Pokemon cards, this is your typical Wizards of the Coast card with just not 100% perfect pack fresh. And then there's a holographic on it. Really, really nice card. These have definitely gone up in price. A little bit of a factory line there. Maybe like a few little light scratches in there. One down there. So I was predicting this out of PSA 8. Really nice card. It's going to be harder to get this in a 9, especially with the prices. They've gone up so much. So I'm happy to just put this in my collection for now. Maybe in the future I'll get a 9 to replace it. But for right now, Blastoise, first edition Rocket, and I got an 8. All right, so just what I predicted. That's totally accurate in my opinion, with just a little bit of wear on the back and the hollow scratches, or factory lines rather. All right, so that one I valued at about $675. So for my original investment, I definitely did well on that one. This one is the Team Rocket Charizard from the same set, first edition. I bought this at auction for about $350. At the time, these had really shot up in price. I got a bunch of 9s back from PSA, and they were around $850 to $1,000 at the time. So I was more than happy to pay $350 for what looked to be a mint copy. It was scanned so that the image was not very crystal clear. And it was a pretty big seller that was probably selling it for somebody at commission or something. But Very typical of these cards. You can see, maybe a little tiny little touch of white in the corners. And I don't remember that right there. Maybe a little thing right there. Oh, is there a piece of debris in the case? Oh, there we go. Maybe a little touch on that corner. So very, very, very tough to get these cards. I do have this in a PSA 10 already in my Charizard collection, but I did want another one for my Team Rocket set. And yeah, the last 5 that I got back were all PSA 9s. So I was just crossing my fingers on this one that it would get a 10. The prices did go up since I sent this off. The PSA 9s were selling for about $3,000 at auction last month. They went up within a span of 2 weeks. They went up like 3x. They've since come down to about 2,200, which is to be expected. I mean, the price just shot up way too fast. And then the 10 was about 10,000, and then it kind of came down. I can almost see. Is that almost a factory line? No. One little tiny little touch right there, but really, really solid looking card. Looking at it now, it looks like potentially a 9. A little bit off center, but not anything crazy. Defense, what's going on? One Charizard, yeah, for sure. And these old Charizards, I mean, I've been buying these up for the last like 3 years, and this is just iconic. But yeah, first edition, Team Rocket Charizard. Crossing my fingers for that Gem Mint 10. And it got a 9. So now, like I said, now looking at it, I mean, I can see why I got the 9. Just barely. I don't recall that little tiny little touch of white, but who knows? I mean, anytime you get a card, you buy it and you kind of get it in the mail, you kind of get excited and you're like, oh man, this should get a 10. But we got a 9, still about $2,200 right now, with definitely very likelihood that it's going to continue to go up in the future. This one will be for sale since I already have it in a 9 and I have it in a 10. So super stoked on that though. I mean, obviously I wanted a 10, but they graded it fair, so. That one I did get charged $50, which is actually really cheap considering it's about a few $1,000s. Like I said, I think they could have easily charged me $75 or more to get that card back. Next one we have is a first edition Jungle Mr. Mime. So at the time I bought this was close to, I don't know, close to $200, maybe a little bit less. And the seller had this card for 100. I think it was a best offer, and I got them down to like 100 or 110 bucks for it, which was way under what it normally sells for. Because the case did have a bad crack on it, but it didn't affect the card. So my plan was just buy it, get it for a nice discount, crack it out, and then regrade it. And I would basically save money. So even with the $20 grading plus the 110 I paid for it, I'm in at 130, so I still saved like $60. Looking at it in the case, I could tell that it wasn't gonna like get undergraded and go down to a 9 or something, or an 8. Jet Harrison, what's going on? But it does have a little factory line there, a little bit, and then the back is like pretty minty. I mean, it's a mint card, so it did once again get a PSA 9. Very, very nice. I guess I could have just sent it in and had them replace the case or whatever, but you're gonna have to pay to ship it there, pay to ship it back, and it didn't make any sense to do it that route. So yeah, current value is about $425 on it, so really good for my $130 investment. And this will be going into my first edition Jungle set, which I'm trying to complete currently. Mostly I just need some of the hollows and a few of the non-hollows. But other than that, yeah, super stoked on that one because I already made money on it. The last Pokemon card here is a Victreebel or Victory Bell. This one is a hollow. Can't remember what I paid for this. I don't think I paid a ton for it. Victory Bell is not one of the big ones. Kind of has an issue with the print right there. I don't know what the heck happened with the cardstock there. Other than that, the back looks really solid. Maybe a little touch of something right there, but nothing like to write home about other than that little print kind of defect. And then you got the hollow, nicely centered. Probably paid like $50 for this card or something in that range, $30, I don't know. But I decided I just wanted to get it back quicker, and I just decided to go ahead and throw it in this order. Um, got a scratch right there, scratch right there. So it's not perfect. I was hoping, I guess, for probably a 9 on this one. Um, and we got a 9 on it. Very nice. So just as I predicted, and the current value on this is about 400. So very good for my $30 to $50 investment. Oh, I do notice another scratch down here. So it's solid card. I mean, it's right on the border with, with a few scratches. Back looks really solid. Besides that little print kind of defect thing going on there, but got a 9 on it. Happy about that. So far, I'm very happy, overall with the grades. Obviously, I got that gold LeBron and the first edition LeBron back in a 9, which I was not expecting, and that just really made the order. Um, all right, the last card of the order is the 1985 Nike promo Michael Jordan rookie card. Obviously, his Fleer rookie card is his main rookie card, but a lot of people consider this to be his rookie card or one of his rookie cards because it did come out before the 86 Fleer. But it is a promotional card. It's not like a licensed card. But it's very, very iconic. I remember always seeing this on. I don't remember if it's online or on card shows or whatever. It's just a very iconic card. You can see that kind of like that white. I don't know what they call that card stock. Um, there are a lot of fakes out there, so I would say definitely be cautious if you're buying this card. I did open this sealed in the package. Actually, let me grab the other cards here and I can show you guys. Oh. So if you're buying these cards, this is what, they'll be sealed in plastic. And you got this card on the front and you got some other cards in here as well. You can really just tell by the print card stock that they're legit cards. I could tell at least just by the look of the cards. They're not too glossy. They feels like paper. When I got the fakes, the one pack that I bought, all the cards were yellow on the back. The Jordan wasn't even spelled right. It was so obvious it was fake. The other one I bought looked a lot more real, but when you looked at the cardstock, it just felt more glossy and didn't feel like the right paper. And the front had a little bit more glossiness to it, and also the logos on the card it didn't look like crystal clear. It looked like it was a copied image. So I ended up having to return that, and that I bought from a very reputable eBay seller. They were auctioning it off probably for somebody, so they obviously didn't know that it was fake. So I definitely caution you if you're gonna buy these. The one that I did buy that was legit, it had like I don't know, like a blank piece of paper that was kind of like had a surface to it. I wish I still had. I don't know where it's at. And then it had like these circular vent holes in the back, and that's how I could kind of tell that after the fact that it was a real legit thing. And also the Jordan had like a factory line going through it, which you're not going to get that out of like a reprint or if somebody just copies it, sells you a copy. So I was 99% sure this was totally legit. The other ones I unfortunately had to return, and it was a big headache, and definitely not going to buy any more of these. Just too much of a high risk, especially if you're buying them sealed in the package, because once you open that package, then the seller's going to say, oh, but you opened the package. But it's like, yeah, but you sold me a counterfeit item. So I think just maybe perhaps back in the day, people are going around copying those and putting the things together and making them look legit and whatnot. And then if you buy the card just raw and graded, yeah, you know what I mean, then there's also that chance. This looked like a pretty solid card right out of the gate. Nice corner, maybe perfect, but just pretty solid looking card. Centering, from what I can tell, looks pretty good from the back. Then on the front here, there's that factory line I was talking about going all the way down the card. Not like super bad on the eye appeal, but just in the print process. The Nike logo does look a little too close to the bottom as opposed to this logo. I think it's supposed to be shifted some, but I'm not 100% sure. But other than that, it looks like a really good solid card. I didn't see any like super big issues with it. Just a really iconic card. Like I said, I remember seeing this online and be like, "Oh, that's such a sweet card," but never thought about buying it. Um, and the prices have really, really gone up on this card. So you can see the Air Jordan logo. That was one of the dead giveaways on the other fake that I bought. Was when I looked at this logo, it was not very sharp looking. It just looked kind of fuzzy and just not did not look authentic. And that's what I used as a comparison to kind of plead my case that it was not a legit card. So really, really nice looking card. Yeah, this was one of the big ones. I paid basically $400 for the whole deal. Opened it up myself, and I put this card at an 8. I thought it definitely looks really really solid. Maybe with the factory line and maybe the off center, it would not have a shot at a 9. But the prices have gone up on this, surprisingly, even after, the documentary came out and his prices blew up. You would have thought that they would kind of come back down to reality, but this card kind of just kind of kept its pace and did kind of uptick. But I think at the time the 10s were going for like 5,000, the 9s were like 1,000, 8s were like 800, and so on. But yeah, Michael Jordan. I don't have his Fleer rookie card, so this is his only like rookie card that I now have in my collection. So let's go ahead and see what we got. And we got a 7. Definitely lower than I was hoping. I don't know. I don't know how they graded it a 7. Like I said, it might be the centering, but I feel like the back looks really good on the centering. The way I can tell is just like how far the lettering is from the bottom, how far the lettering is from the top. It's pretty darn even in this centering from the lettering. So it looks really good. It's a solid looking card. I don't know what happened. But yeah, I mean, a 7 is still, it's slabbed, it's authenticated, and it's now in my personal collection. So I'm happy to have it. I wonder if it would fit. No, it would not fit in one of those. I was gonna say I need like a case for this PSA case so I don't scratch it up or anything. But yeah, still happy to add this card to my collection. Just a really iconic card, and I think it's just gonna keep going up over time. Would have been nice to get an 8 or better, but yeah. 1985 Nike Michael Jordan promo card, PSA 7, and you can see it's got no number or anything. Very, very iconic. So yeah, that's going to do it for the PSA order. I know this was kind of a long video. I just kind of wanted to take my time. Total assessed value is around $16,000, and my total investment was around $4,000. So I pretty much quadrupled my money on this order. Yeah, there's nothing more to say about that. I have like 9 PSA orders at PSA right now. And none of them are really looking like they're going to come back anytime soon. So this might be my last order to come back until the end of the year, or potentially the beginning of next year. Where's my Topps one? So yeah, hopefully I get another order back. Next one's either going to be a bulk order, my other economy order that I have with actually more cards in it than this, or Pokemon cards. I got 50 Pokemon cards there that I sent, I think, in June or July. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I appreciate you guys watching today. I did pick up some more Pokemon cards today. I got a bunch of Champions Path pin collection boxes, and I got some more of those Kanto Power Pokemon boxes with the Evolutions packs. I'm super stoked about, because we did pull 3 of those Charizard holographics. So hopefully maybe potentially pull another one. Maybe we'll pull that full art Charizard. Who knows what we could potentially pull in there. It's going to be fun to open. Those will be the upcoming days here. Definitely this weekend. We're gonna open some products. So happy about that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What you thought about this return. I think they were very good on the grades, especially on these 2. And then the Nike, I was a little disappointed, but I'm more than happy to take the 2 9s on this and the 7 on that. as opposed to like an 8 on that and 2 8s on these. Definitely got our money's worth out of these. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.